Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite film podcast, The Average Film Enjoyer. We are your hosts, Trey, Jagger, and Evan, and we are glad to be back with you today. It's going to be a great episode. We got lots to talk about. We are going to break down some of the latest movie news, mostly talking about the latest of the Knives Out castings we've gotten. Possibly talk about Call of Duty Black Ops trailer that makes the game look kind of sick. I'm very excited for it.
Game Pass Day 1 too, which is hype, so I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is Game Pass Day 1?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh
Big
my
W.
god. So we might possibly talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the movies we've been watching recently, and the fact that I'm on a 3-movie run of just 5 stars. I'm watching The Whale today, so we'll see if it keeps going. It's pretty divisive.
It is divisive, yeah.
I know Jagger loves it. I don't know, Evan, how you feel about it.
I like it a lot. I think it's like a 4-star.
Yeah.
Performance
so
is
it's
good.
not
I think
like
the
your
ending is
favorite
ridiculous.
Aronofsky?
No, Mother's my favorite Aronofsky.
Yeah, either Mother
Actually, no, Black
or
Swan. Black Swan and Mother are my 2 favorites. They're
Mother
both
or
5 stars.
Requiem for a Dream for me.
Yeah.
Black Swan is a perfect movie.
Yeah, it's excellent. Crazy story about that movie, though. I was watching it on my way home from Hawaii, so I was on the plane, and thank God it was a pretty empty plane. We were, like, flying from, like, Seattle to Portland, and it was really just my siblings sitting behind me, like my older siblings. And they could see my phone, and so I'm sitting there, and then Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman just start going at it, and I'm like, oh Lord, and I look behind me, and they're all cackling, like, Trey, what are you watching? And I'm like, well, nothing was happening, and then this started, I don't know, and I was like, wow, I should have watched this in my room. This is not something you watch in public, but yeah, that movie's great.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, and then we're going to talk about our 2 IMDb movies today. Ben-Hur, which I'm excited to talk about. I have lots of thoughts on. And The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Did you rewatch it, Trey?
No, I didn't want to. I've seen it. Once is enough. Maybe like if I rewatched it, my opinion would change, but I have to want to rewatch it. Whoa, Jagger, 5 stars!
Yeah.
Oh, spoilers, sorry. That's hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Incredible.
How did you read the trivia? No, we'll talk about this later. I'm getting sidetracked. But for upcoming episodes, if you guys want to check that out, we had just finished our profit deep dive on Friday, which means I posted the survey.
Did you see all the comments in the Real Talk Discord?
We're
They're
never
like,
doing a profit.
We need a profit rewatch. I want a profit rewatch.
No,
we gotta see how these movies
I don't
age.
want that. Not at all. I want to enjoy the movies I watch for the podcast.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Trey. Okay, so we finished profit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the last 8 movies I've watched have been 4.5 or 5 stars. Because I'm appreciating cinema. So you just need that real shit in there sometimes.
That's fair.
Well, if that's really the case, thank God the next director is
M. Night Shyamalan. You guys voted. We heard you. We are going to be diving deep into M. Night Shyamalan. We are going to be kicking it off. Our first episode on Friday will be... Well, he has 2 movies before these, but like you can't find them anywhere because they're pretty small. Called Wide Awake and Praying with Anger. If we can find them, we may touch on them at some point. But our first episode on Friday, it's a peak episode. I'm hyped. We are going to be talking about The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable.
Oh,
so that's going to be a crazy episode.
Speaking of Sixth Sense, Trey. You want to guess who showed that movie to me when I was like 7 years old?
Your dad.
Mm-mm.
Your brother.
Mm-mm.
Your mom.
Nope.
Oh, your grandma.
Yeah, dude.
Evan's Chad of
My
a grandma.
fucking Chad grandma. We were like at the video store and we were trying to find something to watch. And she was like, "Oh, let's watch this." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed because it's a horror movie." She's like, "Fuck that shit. We're watching it." We watched it. It was peak. Didn't scare me, but that's genuinely. I haven't rewatched that movie since then. I'm very excited to watch it again. But like 7-year-old me watching The Sixth Sense with the plot twist at the end. Oh my god, so good.
Yeah.
Very excited to rewatch it.
Yeah. And at Jagger, you'll learn about this very soon. We talk about Evan's grandma pretty consistently because she is like the coolest person.
She's a film bro. She loves PTA. We've seen 3 PTA movies in theaters on release day together.
Really?
Yeah. We saw The Master, we saw Phantom Thread, and shit, I can't remember the third one. But she loves them.
Was it Inherent Vice?
No.
Licorice Pizza?
No, because shit, maybe it was only 2. And we watched one at home. We watched Licorice Pizza together.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our upcoming episode for Friday. Next Tuesday, we continue our journey through the IMDb list. What number are we on?
Is this the stacked one that's coming up with
best
sci-fi?
Next Tuesday, we are talking about the Gold Rush Charlie Chaplin film, which Evan most likely will not watch, and Before Sunrise, which I know Evan will watch. Yeah. So excited for that. I love Before Sunrise. I'm looking forward to that. And then the next Friday, and those are, God, Jagger, do you remember when we started this IMDb Top 250?
We only had like 10 episodes out at that point.
We're at 182.
Oh my god.
That's
We're
incredible.
182?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Time flies, man. But yeah, the Gold Rush and Before Sunrise, which will be a great episode. And then our M. Night episode for next week will be Signs, Swing Away, Meryl, and The Village, which I know a lot of people have their problems with.
I'm excited.
I really love The Village. I've
never
rewatched
seen
it since I was like 14, but I remember watching it and being like, oh, that's sick.
I've never seen it, but I know the plot twist, unfortunately. I'm excited to watch it regardless. It's got Pookie Joaquin Phoenix in it, right?
And Bryce Dallas Howard.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Sixth Sense, so I don't know.
Oh, man. Do you know the plot twist? I'm sure you do.
No,
I'm really glad I didn't say anything, dude.
Good.
It's fantastic.
Don't go into it blind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bruce Willis.
That's probably like, it's probably not my favorite M. Night movie, but I think it's his most well-crafted one. And I think it's his, as far as like just like greatness of a film, I think that's his best movie.
Do you know what? I want to throw a movie in that M. Night produced. He didn't direct it.
Which one?
And it's Devil, the elevator horror movie.
Is that who did that's the same guy that did Poughkeepsie Tapes, directed that.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Devil. Devil's awesome.
We might have to throw that in as like a bonus near the end.
Because I think we might, because Trap's not out yet, so we might end up with an odd number, so maybe we can sprinkle one in.
Yeah. When does Trap come out?
In August, I think. Dude, that's going to be peak.
Oh, man. We'll have to do a review of that.
I'm excited for that.
But yeah, those are our upcoming episodes. If you like our podcast, please consider subscribing, giving us a follow. Whether you're listening or you're watching, any interaction or support really helps us out on our journey to be monetized and not have to work day jobs and only do this, which would be sick.
Save my bones, because I'm already getting carpal tunnel syndrome from working at the bakery.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, please support us. Comment down below what your favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie is. I'm looking forward to it. He's a very divisive director. All of his movies have very differing opinions. So they should all be very good topics of conversation, unlike Prophet, where we talk about it for like 5 minutes and then call it good.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to getting back to like really diving deep. You see what I did there? Diving deep, the director deep dive. Got him.
Oh yeah,
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Cool man.
But yeah. Before we get into anything though, guys, how are we doing? How was our weekend? Evan, I think I gave it to Jagger last week, so Evan, I'll kick it to you first.
It was pretty chill. My girlfriend had a sleepover with her friends at my house, so I had to be pretty quiet, but well, not my house, our house. And yeah, so I just stayed up late, played video games, watched movies. It was a good time. Very chill. And then I'm tired today. I'm very tired, but I'm very excited because next week the new Destiny raid comes out, and I have booked off 4 days of work to play it. So I booked off Thursday to fix my sleep schedule, and then because we'll play for like 16, 18 hours straight, right? It's a once a year thing where I just decimate my body. Raid comes out Friday. We'll probably not beat it day one. Saturday, Sunday, keep going. So I'm very excited for that 4-day weekend. I got a super short week next week. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And yeah, the Elden Ring hitch came back. I was done playing it for like a couple days, and then one of my favorite video game podcasters did a comprehensive deep dive on Elden Ring, and I was like, I'm back. I'm playing it, so I'm playing it again. Playthrough number 16.
Really?
Yep. Wow. I've beaten it 14 times on one character, and then once on a different character, and once on PC.
I've only played through the whole thing once and made the what I find smart decision of never touching it again. But
do you not like it?
Oh no, I really liked it, but it drained me mentally because I thought it was a good idea to start as the guy who had no armor. Thought that would be a smart idea. Not a smart idea.
Yeah.
It took me like 3 months to beat that game.
It's peak.
Good game though, for sure.
We need to get Trey playing From Software games.
Like what?
Dark Souls 1 through 3. You can't play Bloodborne, unfortunately. Sekiro, I think you'd really like.
It's too much work, man. It's too
They're
much
not very
effort
long
for a video game.
No, Bloodborne is a perfect.
The best game ever made. Yeah, it's fucking perfect.
I'm good. Jagger, what about you? How was your weekend?
Really good. I'm also incredibly tired today. I got 3 hours of sleep because of Ben-Hur, but I'm doing all right.
Good stuff. I'm doing good. I think I got a job. Going in for a second interview today, just to meet my direct supervisor, who would be my direct supervisor. But I had an interview with the general manager yesterday, and it went really well. I think she really likes me, which is awesome. Getting paid more. I think this is the most I'm going to be making at a job, like, ever. Because I've really only worked, like, minimum wage stuff. So
I'm very
gonna
jealous.
Be making $20 an hour, which is sick, full time. So that's pretty awesome. I'm just gonna be cooking. Did I tell you guys I got into PSU?
Really?
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got accepted, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna be starting film school in the fall.
Yes.
Dude, me and Jagger doing film school together. Look at
awesome.
that. Not the same place, obviously, but like we're both going to be going to film school, which is I'm super excited. It sounds like the majority of my classes every year will be film focused. Like my first year, I get to take Intro to Film Analysis and Intro to Digital Filmmaking, which I'm hyped for. Intro to Film Analysis, I'm especially hyped for because I'm like, I already do that. I analyze films. So that is pretty cool. I'm doing a replay of Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga right now because I ran out of stuff to do on MLB The Show because I play it so much. So I'm going to try to 100 it out. I don't know what you call that. Like just... There's like a slang term for it.
100%. I don't know. completing
Yeah,
it.
100%ing, like getting everything. Like I'm currently just trying to unlock all the levels, and then I'm gonna go back through on free play and get everything. And
What's your favorite one
Lego game.
of the Star Wars games?
I mean, this one's pretty sick. Skywalker Saga.
No, but I meant like what episode? Sorry.
Oh, Phantom Menace has always been pretty fun.
Yeah, Phantom Menace. Dude.
Even like playing like the complete saga and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Phantom Menace is always a good time. Or Return of the Jedi has always been fun.
Dude,
just because of pod racing, that's why I love Phantom Menace. The
Yeah.
pod racing level is goated.
yeah, that's true. The my brother bought that for me, the Skywalker Saga, for Christmas, and all we did was do the pod racing level over and over.
Yeah,
And then we played
sick.
the absolute nightmare that is the platforming section at the end of Revenge of the Sith on the lava.
Oh,
Horrific
yeah,
shit.
I just started Revenge of the Sith. I'm like
Horrific.
going through them in chronological order.
Nice.
But I don't know. I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't gotten I downloaded it a while ago, but I've never gotten like this far through it, and it's a good time. So yeah, that's what I've been up to recently, working through my watch list. Yeah, let's get into it. So obviously, biggest piece of movie news: Knives Out. We've gotten a ton of castings for the upcoming Knives Out movie, which traditionally are kind of like ensemble casts, which people have really enjoyed. We just got the news an hour ago. Kerry Washington has been cast.
Big W.
Yeah, great W. I think I've only seen her in Django. I don't think I've seen her in anything else. I'm not sure. Andrew Scott has been added to the cast, which I really like. I like him a lot.
Gotta get to All of Us Strangers soon.
Yeah. Josh O'Connor and Kaylee Spaney have been cast. Is Josh O'Connor one of the guys from Challengers?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like Jagger's dream right there. The main character from Priscilla and one of the main characters from Challengers cast at the same time.
So that's pretty exciting.
Do we have any other? I was just looking on IMDb, and Tom Hardy is in this list, and I'm very confused because that's not an official casting.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, I don't think that's
I would like
real.
to see that. I'm always down for some Tom Hardy.
Yeah, and we got, of course, Daniel Craig returning. Did you? I saw a post that all of these Knives Out movies are being named after famous classic rock bands.
What's this new one called?
Waking Up Dead Man, which I think is a Beatles song.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's how I feel about the Beatles. 2 thumbs down, man. Oh, what the hell? It just started
it's a
raining
YouTube
on my screen.
It's a U2 song, sorry.
Oh.
And Glass Onion is a... We've talked about that before.
We have talked about that. My music.
I thought it was U2 is like, and the edges.
Yeah, they're like okay, but the
edges down.
Stinky. I'm a lot more aggressive about my music opinions than I am about my movie opinions.
But that's cool
There's
that
a
they're
distinct
naming them
right and
after cool songs.
Yeah, that is cool, actually. We had got news. Dennis Quaid is featuring as Ronald Reagan in a biopic about his journey to the White House. I think that could be interesting. I like Dennis Quaid. He seems like a cool dude. So that could be interesting as long as it's not like overly... Like if they just stick to it being a biopic and not trying to like send a message, you know what I mean? I think that could be good.
We were yapping about the Michael Jackson biopic the other day. Very, very odd. And I don't know if this is true. I didn't look into it, but somebody was saying they're going to like make it pretty clear that he didn't do it.
Oh, dude.
Which is insane.
That's not cool.
This is not a movie you should make. Like, yeah, he's a famous pop singer, but he's also a pedophile. So,
Yeah.
Very weird. The music biopics are getting harder and harder to make. Biopics in general. I love biopics. I know that. Is it you, Trey, that doesn't really like them? Yeah.
I don't like them.
Except Richard Jewell, you like that one.
Dude, Richard Jewell. There's some biopics that I really like, but then there's some that I really hate. Like,
Where's that Bee Gees biopic that I was promised? Heard about that like 2 years ago, and it never got made.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But like Bohemian Rhapsody, is that what the Queen one is called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's stinky.
Yeah. One of the
Real
worst
stinky.
edited films of all time.
God, dude.
That clip of them at like the outside diner, and there's like 65 cuts in like 25 seconds. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's not.
There's
good.
some good
But
biopics,
Richard
though.
Jewell, that's a good movie.
Walk the
Love
Line,
Richard
peak.
Jewell. Walk the Line is peak.
Capote, peak.
Capote is pretty good.
8 Mile. Shout out 8 Mile.
Have never seen it.
It's good.
Really? Oh, 8 Mile's great.
Does Eminem star in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's sick. Yeah. If there's anything else.
David Lynch announced a new
Oh, yeah.
project on June 5.
On June 5. Please be a movie. Please, God, be a movie.
If he makes another movie, well, he did say see and hear, so who knows
He did.
with that guy.
Did you watch this clip, Trey? It's so funny. David Lynch is such a weird guy. Did you watch
No, I
it?
didn't.
He goes, "Hello, everybody." I can't do a good David Lynch. I've got a new project for you all to see and hear coming on June 5. It's so weird. And it's like his classic camera angle. He did all his like weather reports and shit. Oh, what a guy. I love that clip. I don't know if you've seen it, Jagger, but he's trying to film a scene and somebody starts talking about how the take is too long and he freaks out on them. He's like, "Who the fuck cares? Let me make my move." It's so funny. It's awesome. I love him.
Did you see
It's
the
like,
clip
God
of
damn
him on the Twin Peaks set stopping shooting to talk to everybody about his curtains? Why the red
That's
curtains?
awesome. That's
There's
awesome.
also the clip of one of the camera people on Blue Velvet saying that he like walked over to one of the camera people and said, "One of these days I'm gonna steal that couch."
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Oh,
That's
what a
really
guy.
funny.
I love David Lynch.
Do you guys have any last movie news items? No. Let's get into watch list. Who kicked it off last week? I don't remember.
I think you did since you had the most. You read like 3.
How many of you guys have?
I have 12.
Did I talk about the lie and caveat on the last episode? I don't think I did.
No, because I think did you watch them after? I mean, I'm starting on the 26th.
Okay, I watched those the night of the 25th. Yeah, okay, I'll start there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
13. I have 13. Let's just go one by one.
Okay.
We all have a lot. Who wants to kick it off?
I'll take it.
All right, Jagger.
All right. So after that episode, I went and I decided to rewatch We're All Going to the World's Fair because I had watched I Saw the TV Glow that day, and seeing those two back to back essentially was really crazy because there are a lot of things that are very similar between the two, and I think I Saw the TV Glow slightly improves, but great fun. Great fun. I gave it a 4.5.
Nice.
Awesome. Evan, what about you? What's your first one?
I watched The Lie after Trey told me about it because I love gnarly plot twists. One of the reasons I'm very excited for M. Night Shyamalan. And he was gassing it up about how crazy this plot twist is. No, you were gassing up the plot twist. Let me tell you, he was very correct in gassing up that plot twist because holy shit, the last like 10 minutes of this movie, it's worth the other 80 minutes that suck because the ending is so ridiculous that it's like you laugh.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
It's something that just comes out of left field. Like you never see it coming.
It's ridiculous. It's really funny. Not funny, but it's like, I gave it
It's
a one
just
and a
like-
half.
Yeah.
I told my
The-
girlfriend about it. I was like, "Are you gonna watch it?" And she's like, "No, if it's bad." So I told her the plot twist, and she was laughing her ass off.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's really
Where's
good.
it streaming? I'll just watch it.
I think I watched.
on-
It's on Prime.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where I watched it.
Perfect.
My first one, Tropic Thunder. As I said last week, I'm continuing this journey through the back of my watch list, just checking off all the stuff that I added first when I first got it. So I watched Tropic Thunder. This was my first watch. This was a huge blind spot for myself as a connoisseur of comedies. This is incredible. I mean, come on,
It's
man.
so funny.
You what do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Dude.
No, dude. It's just Robert Downey Jr. is incredible here. Jack Black is probably the best part of this
Oh
movie.
my god.
He is so funny. It's
Ben
just
Stiller,
like-
dude, when Ben Stiller kills the panda, so funny.
yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is when they're all. Have you seen it, Jagger?
Yes.
Okay, the scene and they're all lying under the stars near the end, and they're talking about who they've got back at home, and Al Pacino. Sorry, if you haven't seen this movie, there's a character named Al Pacino.
No, it's
and-
Alpa. His
Al
first name is
Pacino.
Alpa, and then his
Yeah.
last name is Chino.
Yeah, and he starts going, "Man, I can't wait to get back to Lance." And they're like, "Who the fuck is Lance?" He's like, I love that pussy. I love that pussy." It's so funny. Peak movie. It's my favorite comedy of all time. I've seen it so many times. I have the director's cut. We should watch party at some time.
We should. It's
peak.
excellent.
It's so good.
Tom Cruise as Les Grossman is so good.
Do you know? I want to pull the trivia up about that because it's really funny. I think Tom Cruise was talking about with Ben Stiller. Also, Ben Stiller killed it directing this.
He always does.
Yeah. Ben Stiller said nearly all aspects of Les Grossman's character were developed by Tom Cruise himself, including the dance and the look of the makeup. Stiller said that in addition to the more obvious makeup effects applied to Cruise's face and the extra hair, Tom Cruise was adamant about having the massive hands. So the prosthetic hands are something that Tom Cruise needed. I think that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Jagger, why don't you give us your next one?
After that, after hearing Evan praise it again, I hadn't seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly since I was 8 years old, and my grandpa showed it to me. Oh my god, that film is incredible.
Yeah.
Maybe the most perfectly paced movie I've ever seen. Doesn't feel like 3 hours in the slightest. Easy 5-star. I think I give it a 88 or 99 out of 100.
Nice. I agree with you. I think that in the third act, when it cuts to them at the Civil War,
yeah,
I think the pacing dipped a little bit because I was like, I don't really feel like a war movie. But it picks back up because the last 20 minutes is the best 20 minutes of cinema ever constructed. It's so good. Hell yeah.
So,
my next
Evan,
one
you
is
go.
Caveat, who Trey also recommended to me. Really cool, super creepy, very just the atmosphere is so weird and off-putting. The setup is so good. When he first goes and oh yeah, can you go hang out with this girl for a few weeks? And he's like, okay. And then, dude, when he busted out the leash jacket, I was like, oh, all right, I'm in for a weird movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really good. The imagery is awesome. Super creepy.
I've
time.
passed that poster on AMC Plus.
Yeah. So would I.
Is it good? Is
Yeah,
it worth
it's good. I gave it 3.5. It's really creepy. The atmosphere is great.
I'll
Yeah,
check that
it's
out.
definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, my next one, continuing through the watch list, I watched Pearl.
Yes.
I think I watched X. I don't know when I watched that. That was a while ago. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't love it as much as other people. 3.5 stars. I still enjoyed my time with it. Love seeing Kid Cudi in movies.
With
but
his
I watch
9-inch dick.
dude.
Packing.
Bro's hung.
Yeah.
I loved Pearl. I think I liked it more than X. I just had a blast with this. I love the style. How Ty West tried to shoot it, kind of like older cinema. I think that it is extremely gnarly. And I mean, Mia Goth is just incredible in this movie. It was excellent. I really enjoyed this, and I'm now very excited for Maxine.
Heck yeah.
Which we're getting.
You're going to have to watch some Argento movies, because apparently Maxine is a Giallo-inspired film.
Cool.
Which is crazy that Ty West is making a Giallo film in 2024.
But yeah, that one was super enjoyable. Definitely worth a watch. 4 stars. Evan or Jagger. It's Jagger next.
Yeah. My next one's gonna be quick. I watched Smile. That movie sucks. That's
Smile?
Yeah.
Dude, I love
Ladies
Smile.
and gentlemen, Jagger's hot take of the day.
I didn't think that was a hot take.
That's a hot take. I've Smile at a 4.
I think I have it at a 4.5.
Dude, Smile is creepy as shit.
Trey, you have it at a 2.5.
Who, me?
Trey.
What?
Oh, that's crazy. Fix it.
You have that at a 2.5.
I'm going to fix that right now.
Dude, the scene when she's seeing her therapist near the end of the movie scared the shit out of me. It's so intense. That movie's awesome. And the reveal of the monster at the end, oh my god.
Talk about a twist ending, too. You think it's going to work out. Guess what?
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Oh, I love Smile.
Dude,
I wish I saw it in theaters.
I'm excited for the second one, dude. And the marketing for that movie is insane.
Some of the best marketing ever.
Smile seems like a Redbox exclusive movie. It's that bad. It's a Redbox exclusive movie.
That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. Okay.
All right.
Evan.
My next one, speaking of overrated movies, I watched Solaris from our resident melatonin merchant, Andrei Tarkovsky. Really, really cool premise. Very boring, very slow-paced. Again, Tarkovsky comes out with these sick-ass premises. The plot of this movie is that a psychologist gets sent to a space station where somebody has died and the crew is losing their minds. Cool-ass movie. It's all of Tarkovsky's movies are very introspective on like the human experience. It's cool. His pacing is shit. The movies are so slow. They're so slow. It's insane. This is a long movie too, and you feel it. I love Stalker. Stalker is so cool. I've Stalkered a 5-star. I fell asleep watching Mirror, and I thought this was super boring.
Okay. Andrei Rublev is far from slow.
I haven't seen it yet, and I'm very scared to watch it. I got a 4-hour Russian film about a painter.
Andrei Rublev is incredible, and Stalker is not slow by any means.
No, Stalker's awesome. I love Stalker.
Yeah, you gotta watch Rublev. That's an incredible film.
I'm gonna watch it. I've been going through the Letterboxd Top 250 again because I got to 50% and then I stopped. So I'm trying to bust through the rest. So a bunch of the rest of my watches are from that list. And yeah, man, Solaris, really cool idea. Very boring.
I think Soderbergh did a remake.
He did. It's
with
I was talking to Alex, and Alex and Alan were like, "Watch the remake instead. It's way better," which I think is hilarious.
I didn't like the remake. I thought it was boring.
Oh god!
But that's just
don't watch the original then.
Steven Soderbergh needs to just stick to heist movies. So
yeah,
that's
Solaris,
what he's best at.
I gave it a 3-star. Mainly for how cool the plot is. It looks good for being like 1972. Looks great.
Yeah.
They talk like they're whispering a lot of the time, which makes it feel even slower until like random Russian yelling comes out. Tarkovsky started up here, and
Um,
he's just nosediving.
Yeah. Next one for me, I checked off a 2022 movie that won. I don't know if it won any Oscars. I know it was nominated for a few. I watched Tar with Kate Blanchett. Incredible, dude. Kate Blanchett continuing to prove why she's one of the best actresses working today. One of the just best actors in general. Like, she's incredible. Especially in this movie. It's an excellent character study. I've heard a lot of comparisons, specifically from my brother-in-law who loves this movie, AJ, who we've had on the pod, Evan. He was on for our Oscars predictions episode. I've heard a lot of comparisons drawn from this to the Joker, which I think is very interesting and very apt. I think there are a lot of similarities here of just like a brutal like breakdown of a person, like just studying that. Yeah, I thought this was excellent. Kate Blanchett carries this movie on her back. Jagger, you want to give us your next one?
Yeah, so I rewatched Dune 2 again, because my 8-year-old brother is now on Letterboxd. So
Oh god.
Go. What's his letterboxed?
his Letterboxd is Roman Pot Pie, and he wanted to watch Dune 2, so I just watched back over it to see if it's like 8-year-old friendly, and we're like 30 minutes in now. He really
Hell yeah.
likes it because he loved the first Dune.
5 stars for The Search of Santa Paws. That's a dude's based as hell already. Hell yeah.
Dude, crazy top 4. Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Monsters University, Endgame, and Civil War. Dude, Jagger, your brother's a Chad, dude. Oh my god.
Half star for Rise of Skywalker. Spitting.
Matt W.
4
He gave
stars.
3 stars to the Emoji Movie. Oh my god. Wow, he gave Force Awakens a half star. That's crazy.
Night at the Museum, 4 stars. Hell yeah, dude.
Man, he doesn't like Harry Potter. That a star and a half for Curse of the Black Pearl. You gotta fix him. That's crazy.
No, ask Jagger about his Curse of the Black Pearl rating.
I have it at half a star.
What the hell? There's the hot take of the day. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, Dune 2, Jagger. How does it hold up on rewatch?
Oh man, I love that movie so much. It's so good.
God, that makes me so... I think that makes both me and Evan so happy, because we were talking about, like, leading up to its release. Evan was like, dude, if Jagger gives Dune 2 lower than, like, a 3.5 star, I might kill myself.
I had seen it too, because I saw it early, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill myself, because Dune 2 is perfect.
And then we saw you gave it a 5 star, and we called each other like right away. We're like,
It's like, did you see-
he's back, baby! Oh my god! Dude, it's incredible. It's so damn good. Timothy Chalamet better get nominated for Best Supporting or Best Lead.
Yeah, he probably will too. Absolutely.
And I really hope Rebecca Ferguson gets nominated for Best Supporting Actress. She is incredible in this movie. Evan, what about you? What's your next one?
Yeah, 2 things really quick. Speaking of Dune, my boss was telling me, she goes, oh, I watched Dune last night for the first time. The first one. Said, what'd you think about it? It's pretty amazing. She said, I thought it was boring. She was like, it's set
Wait,
up all
the
these...
2021 or the 1984?
The 2021 one. She's like, man, all the action set pieces were set up and then nothing happened. And I'm like, she says to me, why didn't he just use the voice on Jameis at the end? Well, first off, he wasn't that strong yet. Second off, fuck off. Like, damn.
That's not the honorable way
That's not
to
the
do
point.
it.
Yeah. Paul's trying to get, inducted, and
Yeah.
that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
Second thing, we just got a casting for the Project Hail Mary movie, which I was spitting like crazy about on the book. They've cast Sandra Hüller. I won't tell you who she's playing, but this is maybe one of the best casting decisions of all time.
What's the movie called?
It's called Project Hail Mary. It's based on a book. Don't read the plot. Don't read anything about it. I mean, and the trailers are gonna spoil every plot twist, unfortunately. It's one of the best pieces of sci-fi I've ever experienced, and this casting is a Cash message me, because he's also read it, and we're losing it. It's perfect casting. Yeah, W. My next watch, I continued the Letterboxd Top 250. I watched Raging Bull.
Great film.
Yeah, really good movie. I didn't really know much about Jake LaMotta going into it, so I gave it a 4-star and said, besides having to watch De Niro rizz up a 15-year-old, I really like this, because I didn't realize that he was like that, and that's pretty... It just disconnected me a little bit. I know that he's not a likable person. That doesn't bother me. It just... No, I really liked it. Like, I like sports films that don't focus on the sports, like it's a really good character study. Performances are insane. Yeah, really good. I need to crank out some more Scorsese, because I haven't seen a lot of his movies, like his earlier ones, so keep going with that. Yeah. Good movie.
I haven't watched it yet, but I watched Casino yesterday. Oh my god.
Oh, I need to watch
what
that.
a film that is. Oh man.
Heck yeah. I've been wanting to watch it, but it's so long. I mean, and then I watched multiple 3-hour plus movies this week, so I
just
should
watch
get on it.
Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, you don't like Casino.
Casino is Goodfellas, but worse.
Casino is what Goodfellas wanted to be. That's the real...
Which one came
That's
out
insane.
first?
I think similar times. I'm just trying to remember.
Because they're both Scorsese, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Something first.
My next one, I finally watched Encendies, the Denis Villeneuve movie. Incredible. Denis Villeneuve does not miss. He doesn't.
No.
He's just out here making some of the greatest movies ever made. Crazy plot twist that I totally called.
Yeah, Trey called me, and he's like, or I called him, and he's like, yeah, I've got like 15, 20 minutes left. I think this is what's about to happen. And he perfectly called it, and it was very hard for me to react in a way that didn't give it away. I was like, oh shit, that would be so crazy if that's what happened.
Jagger, have you seen it?
No, I really want to.
It's incredible.
It's so good.
It's multiple Radiohead needle drops
Really?
that go hard.
Yeah, they go so hard.
The cinematography is amazing. Acting is amazing per usual. It's just an incredible film.
Yeah, it's really great non-linear storytelling, too. I think
Yeah.
it's really well done.
Yeah. Jagger, you want to give us your next one?
My next one, after Doom Part 2, my dad had gone to see I Saw the TV Glow with me twice, and he wanted to see while going to the World's Fair. So I showed it to him. He hated it.
What did he give it?
What did he give it? He didn't put it on Letterboxd. He said it is no higher than a 2-star.
I feel like that movie's inaccessible for people that aren't chronically online, because they're not going to connect to it in any way, shape, or form.
He's
That's
55.
fair.
He's not
Yeah.
chronically online. But I did not like it any more or less, so it's still a 4.5 for me. Very good, though.
Yeah. Evan?
Next, me and Jagger are about to yap about a movie. And let me read you the synopsis of this movie on Letterboxd, which is crazy and put me off watching this movie for a long time.
Okay.
An entomologist suffers extreme psychological and sexual torture after being taken captive by the residents of a poor seaside village. That's crazy. That is not what this movie is about. This is Woman in the Dunes. I told it to my girlfriend, and she's like, oh, I just looked it up on IMDb, and it's way different. I was like, yeah, it should be the IMDb one. This movie, Trey, let me sell it for you in like 2 sentences, and you're going to watch this movie as soon as possible. This is like if you took The Lighthouse and made it hornier, weirder, and more intense, and even more like trapped and isolating feeling. It is so peak. This guy, he likes bugs. He's researching, and he goes down into this little sand dune trap, and he gets stuck there, and he loses his shit, and he's stuck there with this woman. It's dude, it's so good. This movie is like 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It blazes by. The cinematography is insane. It feels very like vast. Like the scale is big because they're trapped in this small last spot, and the shots of the sand dunes outside are really cool. Super intense. Love the ending. Oh, it's so good.
One of the best endings
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
the ending is so good. Yeah, I love this movie. I remember because it's really high on the Letterboxd top 250, and
Yeah.
I read that synopsis and I was like, I'm not watching that. That sounds
Yeah.
horrific. And I was talking to Oscar from the Real Talk, and he's like, dude, just trust me. So I watched it, and yeah, I loved it. I
Oh,
loved
yeah.
it so much. It's really good. Also, Jagger, is that what's that?
Wait, yeah, that's Fantastic Planet.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
Fantastic.
no, Rocco, who shut up, Rocco, Real Talk podcast again,
The
or
homie.
Discord, yeah, the homie. We joke about him because he's young too.
He doesn't
And
sound like it though.
he's been recommending that movie to us a lot. Is it good?
Dude, Fantastic Planet is one of the, after rewatching it like I don't know 7 times, Fantastic Planet is one of the easiest 5 stars I've ever given. On one rewatch, it just all clicked for me.
Nice.
My God, one of the best political commentaries I've ever seen. I want to ask you. I like set aside a whole the whole 2 hour 40 minute block to make sure that people were not coming in and out of my room, because I thought after reading that synopsis, this movie's going to be a really like sexual nightmare.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I don't know if it was that I was expecting a lot. I didn't think it was that sexual at all.
No,
Like, there's
but it's
one
like there is one sex scene and one scene where you think that a rape is going to happen and it doesn't.
Yeah,
That's it. There's no
doesn't.
violence.
Yeah, not much at all.
There's one sex scene and you watch
It's pretty
him.
non-graphic. It's
Not graphic at all. Like the most graphic thing is the girl saying, "Don't sleep in your clothes because they're going to get full of sand." And so he sleeps naked. No, it's not graphic at all, but there's like sexual chemistry and
tension. A lot.
tension.
Yeah.
That's what I mean when I say it's horny. But no, there's like
Yeah.
there's no rape, there's no violence. Like it's so weird that Letterboxd has it written like this.
There's hardly any nudity anyway. There's a little bit.
You
But
see
not
one
much.
titty, Trey, not both, just one.
God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a shame. If you're gonna give me one, just give me both. Come
Yeah.
on, guys.
Yeah, no, you should watch it, Trey. It's really good.
It is incredible.
Yeah. Next up for me, welcome. I'm gonna try to let's keep these next ones short so we can get
Yeah.
to our reviews before we run out of time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dollhouse. Coming of age movie about middle school, came out in 1995. Really, really good. 3.5 stars. This is one my dad recommended to me a while back. This movie was huge when it came out. It's weird. Jagger, I think this is right up your alley.
I've been waiting to watch that movie for so long. Where's it streaming? Please. I'll watch it.
Where did I watch it? Tubi. I watched it on Tubi.
Shout out to Tubi.
Shout out to Tubi. Sponsor us.
Always.
Love Tubi. Yeah, really, really good. Really weird. Jagger, I was just thinking of you the entire time. It is a Jagger movie. It's really odd and kind of like, did they just say that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a weird, funny movie. So yeah, that's my next one. Evan, or Jagger, next one.
My next one is The Lost Boys. My dad's been bugging me about this movie forever.
I've heard good things.
So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it. Oh my god. Oh man. I gave it a 4-star. Absolutely incredible. So fun, so campy. It's a great time.
Hell yeah.
And it has like that whole cast, like Kiefer Sutherland and
The goat.
Corey, what's his name?
Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Love Corey Feldman. One of my favorite actors.
Such a good movie, dude.
Heck yeah.
Evan.
Dude, there's this. Sorry, I know I keep cutting away. I'll make the rest quick. But there's this Family Guy bit where Chris is hanging out with Herbert, and Chris is looking through his shelves, and he's like, "Oh, you got all these movies." He goes, "Oh, The Lost Boys. I love this movie." And Herbert grabs it and goes, Those are different Lost Boys." It's disgusting. It's so fucked up. Yeah, great joke. Anyway, now I started The Human Condition finally. Been dying to watch this trilogy. I was gonna watch the second one yesterday, but I had to watch Ben-Hur. It's so good, dude. Oh, this movie's like a voyage. I can't believe there's 3 of these. It's heartbreaking and it's so well performed. The pacing's the first movie is 3.5 hours long. It was very long, but it goes by really quick. I thought the pacing was good for a
Really good.
pretty, it's about this Japanese guy who is like kind of drafted by the Chinese army to go watch over like a work camp for Japanese POWs. It's amazing. The love,
Cool.
I can't wait to watch.
Hey, did I lag out or was that you guys?
Everyone lagged out for me.
Yes.
Oh man, I will cut that out.
Yeah. Count me
so
back in. I'll wrap it up.
Next one for me. I had to watch it. It's on my watch list. I'm staying true to it. The Outwaters. I originally added this to my watch list because I heard a bunch of people on TikTok like, "Oh, this is the scariest movie I've ever seen. This movie is cursed." Blah 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 blah. Yeah, this movie's shit. It's not good. It wishes it could be Skinamarink.
Dude, Trey, the first 45 minutes of this movie is a promo for their band.
Exactly.
Isn't it crazy? Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
And I think there's some cool sequences, but it just gets so... It gets so, like... It's overly complicated.
Yeah.
I think there were some cool ideas with, like, the whole, like, ripping time space and... that weird stuff, and the gore was pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, the gore at the end is nuts.
But other than that, it's pretty convoluted, pretty boring.
What'd you give it?
Good. 1 star.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend were joking at the end, Trey, like, or not the end, but the like part where it's like they go through the black tunnel, whatever.
Yeah.
That they just set up a long hallway with those like IKEA like starlights and just grabbed a camera and sprinted through it for like 2 minutes straight. So they filmed that.
Evan or Jagger?
Nope, Jagger.
Next up.
Yeah. Okay, Impractical Jokers, the movie. I had a really traumatic experience with this movie in theaters when I was 10 years old. Young me had never seen an R-rated movie before, so I went to go see this movie in theaters, and then they put us in the wrong theater. Saw the opening of The Gentleman by Guy Ritchie, Matthew McConaughey getting shot in the first 30 seconds. That was a fun experience for me, and I decided to revisit this movie, and it's not half as funny as the show, but decent, 2 stars.
Show is one of the greatest shows of all time. Let's all agree.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's so good.
It's really funny, yeah. My next one, I rewatched one of my favorite comedies of all time, a classic from my childhood, The Rocker, starring Rainn Wilson, Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Emma Stone, Christina Applegate, Jeff Garlin, Jay Lynch, Will Arnett, Bradley Cooper, Fred Armisen. Insanely stacked cast.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Hysterical. It is some of the best original songs written for a movie, like a band, because it's about this band. I love it so much. I think it's hysterical, and the music is awesome. Yeah, love it. It's so good. What's your next one, Trey?
Next one for me is A Disaster Artist, directed by James Franco, starring everybody apparently.
Yep.
Him and all his friends.
Mr. Fielder's in this movie.
Who?
Nathan
Oh,
Fielder's.
yeah, he is. I forgot about that. This made me want to rewatch The Room. I think James Franco directed the crap out of this movie. He also like kills it in his performance as Tommy Wiseau. I was laughing so hard during multiple scenes. There's like the whole scene where they're filming the famous scene where he's like, I did not hit her, it's bullshit, I did not, and he's like, oh, hi, Mark. There's one take where he comes out and he does it, but he just stares directly into the camera, and I was laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. Crazy movie. It's crazy that this got made. Rumored to have spent $6 million to make this movie, which is unbelievable. Yeah, this was just
Tommy's
a great
just
film.
him. Where's he from? We'll never know.
How much money? Where did he get all this money? We'll never know.
Fashion.
How old is he? We'll never know. Is he a dick? We do know that. Jagger knows that firsthand, man.
Tommy Wiseau yelled at me. That's
Dude, that's like the dream. Yeah, really good. Jagger, you want to give us your next one?
my next one's Challengers, 100 out of 100. I've probably brought this movie up for the past, 6-7 episodes. Good movie, I think. Yeah, really, really good.
Nice. Evan.
Yeah, my last one. I watched the first Omen last night. Finally, bought it. It's crazy. It's so good. The visual horror is nuts. There's a scene involving a vagina that is horrific. It is
those are just scary in general. So
yeah, very scary. We don't talk to girls.
No, girls have kids.
Yeah.
No. It's peak. I did kind of doze off at the end because I was very sleepy, but I bought it, so I'm gonna rewatch the last 15 minutes later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, peak. Loved it. Really good.
Yeah, that was
It's
your
my
last
number
one?
5 of the year. Yeah, it's my last one.
All right, me and Jagger just going back
Yeah,
and forth.
I'm gonna run and pee while you
yeah.
guys yap about the last few.
All right, I watched a movie called Howl that I had on my watch list. Just a werewolf movie. These people, their train breaks down in the middle of the forest in the middle of the night, and there's werewolves. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Gnarly, good gore. The design of the werewolves, I feel like it's hard to do werewolves without them looking really goofy. These ones are really creepy. The lead guy from Aragon is in it, Ed Spielers. Love him. He's also in The House That Jack Built. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think it's worth the watch for me personally. I don't know. I just like werewolf movies. They're a good time. An American Werewolf in London, pretty peak.
That's a great movie.
So good.
Check
Shout
out
out to
on
Jagger
Netflix.
for introducing me to some wild horror movies during last year's Hooptober. Which, what a month that was for the both of us. We were we were both so freaking stressed about getting everything out. It was, yeah. But we had fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, you want to give us your next one?
My next one is Straight Red. It's Toby's new 6-minute short film. I watched it. I gave it 1 star. I feel kind of bad, but he needed to hear the feedback that I gave him. So,
have you heard from him at all?
Yeah, he thinks that my feedback was good, but I cannot imagine he's particularly happy that I gave it 1 star. I feel bad, but yeah, woohoo!
Next, I watched this movie called Witches in the Woods. Again, group of people gets broken down in the middle of the woods in the snow. Witch stuff happens. It's pretty meh. None of the characters are very likable. 2.5 stars. Jagger, what about your next one?
My next one is Poor Things. I got scammed out of a Q&A with Emma Stone and Jane Schoenbrunn for I Saw the TV Glow. So I decided to make up for it by watching Poor Things, and that movie is incredible. I also have that at 100. I think it's genuinely perfect. Super funny, too. Yeah. Back to you.
Hell yeah. Next, I watched Charade or Charade. I don't know what the pronunciation here is, but I'm going to say Charade because I'm an American. This is a mystery comedy with Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant. And George Kennedy, who we've talked about on here. I can't remember if that was Jagger. Were you here? You were here for Cool Hand Luke. That was before Evan had joined us. Yeah, George Kennedy is the like kind of antagonist turned friend. And this was really good. I had a blast with this. I love the like 60s slapstick humor. I think it's really fun. Cary Grant is him. Audrey Hepburn is great. You get Walter Matthau, James Coburn. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. I had a good time with it. Interesting. Audrey Hepburn is great. Yeah. Jagger, what's your next one?
My next one is Electric. That's George O'Mahony's short film. He sent it over to me, and I was quite a fan. So I think excluding Ben-Hur, that's my last one.
All right, then I'll bust through my last three. This is my 5-star run that I'm currently on. First, I watched Lars and the Real Girl yesterday. Emotionally decimated me. I think it's not my favorite Gosling performance, and it's not my favorite Gosling movie, but I think this is his greatest performance. I think he's excellent in this. It's very nuanced and very unlike himself. He just freaking kills it here. It's really sweet. It's wholesome. It's sad. It's just a nice movie that I probably will be revisiting very soon. It's very funny too. Next, I decided to get emotionally decimated yet again, and I watched The Green Mile. And after that was done, I was like, cool, man. Yeah. What's the point of... God, dude. Sad movie. Incredible. Frank Darabont is... What a run he had. He went Shawshank Redemption and then The Green Mile. Holy cow.
We'll get to Shawshank Redemption another
Jagger,
day.
me and you both have our issues with Shawshank Redemption, but it's a great film.
Great.
And
yeah.
Green Mile is just incredible. Michael Clark Duncan is incredible. David Morse is great. Tom Hanks, Bonnie Hunt, Michael Jeter, Doug Hutchinson, Sam Rockwell is in it. Barry Pepper. Really, really great film. And then last night, if I kept following my watch list, I was going to be watching The Whale. But I already felt emotionally kind of drained.
Yeah, not a feel-good movie.
I decided to finally watch Halloween 2. Holy hell. Why can't... For these next, like, the Halloween TV show and stuff, just get Rob Zombie, man. This guy knows how to direct a Halloween movie, dude. Oh my god. This movie is gnarly. It is brutal. It is insane. Michael Myers, like, this version of Michael Myers is truly terrifying. This movie is paced incredibly. It ended and I was like, holy cow. I feel like I've been only watching for like 20 minutes. This movie's incredible. I loved it. I know I'm going to get hate for it.
Better than the original Halloween 2, by the way.
Oh, 1,000%. I think...
Fuck that movie. That movie sucks.
I think both of these...
Wait.
These two are better than the original 2 Halloween movies.
Spittin'. Halloween sucks.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I still think the original 2 are very good, but I think these 2 are better.
Is Jagger just learning about my hatred for Halloween?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't know anyone hated Halloween. Halloween's such a lovable movie.
It's my least favorite. I think, okay, how about my hot take, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
Oh, shit, I'm already forgetting her name.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, what's her character's
Laurie
name?
Strode.
Laurie Strode is
Laurie
the worst
Strode.
final girl of the final girls. She sucks.
Insane.
She spends half her own movies in a fucking hospital bed, and then she kills herself in Halloween Resurrection. It's terrible. She sucks as a character.
She kills herself?
Yeah, she
I don't
jumps
remember
off that roof. Do you remember she kisses Michael and then kills herself?
Oh yeah, shit. Is that the one with Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, dude, the first
that
half
might
hour
be
of
the
that
best
movie.
Halloween
Aw,
movie.
dude,
That
I
movie
hate
is
Laurie
cool.
Strode. In both
Busta
Halloween 2
Rhymes.
and Halloween Kills, she spends the entire movie in a hospital bed.
That's true, but
Ah,
Busta Rhymes doing kung fu on Michael Myers might be one of the
5 out of
greatest
5.
cinematic moments in history.
Yeah,
It's
we
so
can-
sick.
when
Drop
October comes
kicking
around-
Michael Myers through a window. Oh my god.
Halloween
it's
has
awesome.
some of the worst sequels I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, hey man, you haven't watched Children of the Corn.
Yeah, I did watch Hellraiser though, and those sequels are really bad.
Dude, Children of the Corn is like
Halloween 6, dude, Curse of Michael Myers, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's
that
shit.
movie is pretty stinky.
Halloween's 1 through 4 are all incredible.
Oh yeah, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch,
Yeah.
which isn't even really a Halloween movie. Great film.
1 star.
Halloween 3 is a 4.5 right now. I've been dying to rewatch it just so I can give it a 5.
Movie sucks.
Honest to God.
2, 3 are bad. 4 is good. 5 shit. 6 is sick shit. H2O is overrated, and Curse and Halloween Resurrection is peak.
Do people like H2O?
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's
Uh,
overrated.
it-
It's like a 3-star, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Should we get
That's
into our IMDb movies?
Yeah, let's bust through
Yeah.
Grand Budapest really quick, and then we can do a longer thing for
Ben-Hur.
yeah.
You guys
Ben-Hur.
take this conversation.
Yeah.
I don't have too much to say here.
It's one of the funniest movies of all time. It is one of the best looking movies of all time. The performances are insane. The cast is stacked as shit, as per usual for Wes Anderson movies. This is Ray Fiennes firing on all cylinders. I want to say it's his best performance, but like Schindler's List exists, so I can't really say that.
And and Harry Potter.
Oh,
And
this
the
is better
menu.
than Harry Potter, dude.
Are we not going to talk about his performance as Voldemort?
Dude, Gustav better than Voldemort.
Come on.
Dude, this character drips aura. He's so funny.
All right.
What about the menu, though? The menu's
The
incredible.
menu's peak. The
That's a
menu is
take.
peak.
That's a solid take. That's a solid take. I agree. I think you're spitting, Jagger. Menu is excellent. Oh my god, I love that. You know who also loves that movie? Who I wouldn't expect to? My dad. My dad thinks The Menu, and there goes Jagger. He'll come back. Evan, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. My dad thinks The Menu is one of the funniest movies he's ever seen.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
we gotta have my
there's-
dad back on. He has the crate. Oh, and there he goes again.
he's back. He's
He's
there you
back.
go. There's a couple quotes from the Grand Budapest Hotel that I want to read because Jude Law is genuinely just one, or sorry, not Jude Law, Ray Fiennes is one of the funniest people ever. He's talking to a dead body in this scene, and he says, "You're looking so well, darling. You really are. They've done a marvelous job. I don't know what sort of cream they've put on you down at the morgue, but I want some." Like that's so good. And then this is one of my favorite lines. It's I'll skip a word because it's a bad word, but he's talking to Adrian Brody's character, and Adrian Brody says, if I learn you ever once laid a finger on my mother's body, living or dead, I swear I'll cut your throat. You hear me?" And Ray Fiennes goes, "I thought I was supposed to be a fucking," and then a slur for a gay person. And then Adrian Brody goes, "You are, but you're bisexual." Like that is just, this movie is so witty and whimsical. The skiing scene is one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in my entire life. The way it's shot looks like it's stop motion. It's fucking hilarious. It's so good.
There's a video called like Honest Trailers, Wes
Yeah.
Anderson films. And
Oh,
that
God, those-
video opens. Oh yeah. What were you saying?
That channel is excellent. I watch those all the time.
And there's one line in there where he says Wes Anderson movies, the movies where you're never quite sure if you're supposed to be laughing or not. And I think that's really the best way to describe
That's
this movie.
awesome.
It's really
Like-
funny, but the characters at no point acknowledge that what's going on is even remotely humorous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this line here. He's again talking about the same dead person. She was dynamite in the sack, by the way. And Zero goes, she was 84, Mr. Gustav. And he says, I've had older. When you're young, it's all filet steak. But as the years go by, you have to move on to the cheap cuts, which are fine with me because I like those. They're more flavorful, or so they say. That's awesome. That's so good. And it's like these lines are just passing through, and there's so many of them. And it's like you say, that they don't acknowledge that it's funny. It's just the way they talk, and it's hilarious.
Oh, it's so great. It's so great.
There's
Yeah.
This is an easy 5 for me. I used to be a proud Wes Anderson hater. I woke up though, thankfully. But even when I hated Wes Anderson, I still loved this movie.
Yeah, this is a 5 all the way.
This is it's hard. Like, this is tied for number 1. I could take this or Fantastic Mr. Fox. They're both perfect films.
This was my first Criterion, and I remember going up to the Barnes & Noble desk, and the guy nodded to me and said, "Good pick."
Nice. Nice. That's awesome. We could keep this quick because we're on a time restraint, but the last quote I want to read that I think is hilarious too. This is when Gustav's in prison and Zero goes, "What happened? What happened?" And Gustav goes, "What happened, my dear Zero, is I beat the living shit out of a sniveling little runt called Pinky Bandinsky, who had the gall to question my virility. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Penny Dreadfuls, it's that when you find yourself in a place like this, you must never be a candy ass. You've got to prove yourself from day one. You've got to win their respect. You should take a long look at his ugly mug this morning." He takes a sip of water and he goes, "He's become a dear friend, actually." Like, and then they move on. Like, it's just, these quips are so funny. Oh, I love it. It's perfect.
I mean, yeah, I don't have much else to say.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's peak. Yeah.
Ben-Hur came out in
Ben-Hur.
1959. Nope, 1959. I don't know what
Nailed it.
1959 is, but that's not a year. Charlton Heston, incredible.
Yeah.
It's visually, like, all the technical aspects of this film are perfect. This movie is 3.5 hours, a little over, I think, 3:40.
3:45.
Yeah, 3:30 if you skip the overture.
Do you
But
skip
who'd
the
skip
overture?
which-
I never
I-
skip the overture.
I wasn't
because
going to
that's
skip it, but I was running out of time. I was on a time constraint watching this, so I was like, 10 minutes of music? Sorry.
Oh, the music in the... Let's talk about that first. The score in this movie, incredible.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Consistently accentuates every scene that it's.
Yeah. Oh, Jagger's lagging out again. Well, that's okay. Yeah, score in this movie is incredible. The set pieces... The big thing from the IMDb trivia I want to talk about is the chariot racing scene. So, according to IMDb trivia, this scene required 15,000 extras, and they built the set for it on the back lot of like a movie studio in Rome, on 18 acres of property, and it took 5 weeks to film. And boy, does it deliver. That chariot scene is incredible. It's just, golly, dude. There's so many parts of this movie that are just, like, super hype. And, I feel like this has good rewatchability, except for, like, the length. You know, it's a long movie. You don't really feel it. I feel like it's paced pretty well, but at the end of the day, it's a long-ass movie. So, what are your guys' first thoughts? Like, what were stuff you enjoyed? What was stuff you didn't enjoy? Evan?
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it as much as you guys. Again, the score is crazy. The technical aspects. Like, I was talking to Trey last night, and he was like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Well, I liked it. I didn't love it." But the technical aspects are just insane. Like, the movie is an epic. It really is an epic. I love getting to watch epics because, you know, the first time you watch one is like a special experience. And
yeah,
man, this movie, visually it's insane. The music's great. The pacing is surprisingly good. Like, even though I didn't love it, I never felt like it felt almost 4 hours long.
Yeah.
Like, Killers of the Flower Moon feels its length. It really does. You can feel that length. What do you mean by that? That's crazy. Can't believe I said that.
What
But
length, Evan?
yeah, who knows? Yeah, it's really enjoyable. I gave it a 4. I'm kind of teetering between a 4 and 3.5, just because if I'm in Greece, I want Greek gods, stuff like that. That's what interests me. I love Greek mythology.
Well, they're not in Greece.
Or Rome, sorry. What? Roman
Well, they're
stuff
not
is
even
also
in
cool.
Rome. They're in like Judea.
Yeah, well, that too. But like when they're anyway.
You idiot!
Sorry.
God, this
Shit.
guy.
I'm quitting. I resign. Yeah, no,
Good idea.
it's really enjoyable. I thought that the chariot racing would be the end of the movie, so then when it went on for like half an hour after that, I was like, I was kind of ready for it to be over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. I probably would watch it again at some point. Like if someone was like, "You want to watch Ben-Hur," which would never happen, but yeah, I almost accidentally put on the 2016 remake, which I've heard is real stinky.
Probably.
Yeah, no,
It's like
it's good.
half the length.
Yeah. You can't really compress this
Yeah.
movie.
I liked it. Yeah, I'm glad I watched it. Even though I didn't give it a 5 like you guys did, I'm glad I watched it.
Jagger,
Tick
what
it off
about you?
the
What
old
was
list.
what was stuff you liked? What was stuff you didn't like?
Where to start? This movie is so incredibly influential in so many ways. It's genuinely mesmerizing with the fact that so much of this movie can be seen casting a shadow on so much of film as time has progressed. The cinematography is incredible. Obviously, the set pieces are beautiful. The acting's incredible. The way that this film carries the standards of the epic as like a genre with emotion and action, romance, everything. This film does it all so correctly. There are so many incredibly punchable characters, which is always fun because it adds some sort of connection to the film. But also, Judah Ben-Hur is another character that has so much life to him and has so much of an arc throughout this film, just story wise. There's so much to admire with this film. Like you said, the score is incredible. This film is technically perfect, and while I don't love it personally as much as other films, I do have so much respect for it, and I did thoroughly enjoy it. So I think that not a second was wasted in this film. I have it at a 98 out of 100, just short of perfect for me, just because of personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing I wanted to bring up before we wrap up, because I need to get going here.
Fine.
I'm also about to I'm not kidding. I drank 2 cups of coffee this morning, right through me. I'm about to have to go number 2, if you know what I mean. I'm sitting here fighting it. But what I found very interesting is you watch a lot of movies. This is obviously a huge part of this, is that this takes place during like the time where Jesus was like around doing his thing, you know, where like the Christian Bible says like Jesus was performing all these miracles and da 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 da. So that's obviously a very prevalent thing in this movie. I think what a lot of other movies struggle with when dealing with this era is kind of being preachy and pushing it onto you instead of taking like a third person view and looking at it historically, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But what I found very interesting, and Evan told me I might be kind of spitting here, so I'm gonna share this real quick. I found this very interesting is we don't get any lines from Jesus. We never see his face, but he's always there, either physically or just like atmospherically. Like he's just like, that's a very prevalent idea throughout this entire film.
Yeah.
But we never see him, like you don't get much from the character of Jesus. And anytime Judah like sees him or something is happening, Jesus is there, and they're like, "Oh, Judah, come see this great prophet with me, and your life will be changed," But he's always like, "No, I need to get my revenge on Rome, and I need to do this, and I need to." He's like on this personal vendetta against Rome, like validly. Like I'm like, yeah, you get him. But I found it very interesting, the fact that he's always kind of there, but Judah is always kind of like, no, I have to go do this. And I thought that maybe, and I want to shout out Jagger, because Jagger taught me how to analyze films like this.
Yeah.
Jagger taught me how to look at the deeper meaning. So I thought that maybe the way that Jesus is used, how he has no lines and how he's always kind of there, but Judah never really like pursues him, I thought that maybe had something to do. I'm interested to kind of learn more about the director, and see if like his own, because he's obviously like he's very religious. There's a lot of religious influences in this movie. So I'm wondering if his own personal, that's supposed to be like his own personal, like a representation of his own personal faith journey. Like Jesus was kind of always there, but he was always like, no, I need to go do this. I need to go do this, and that's kind of like why he did that. Because with a lot of movies that have Jesus in them, it's like, yeah, this is Jesus. Here are his lines, and here's him saying all this stuff. But it's like they like use like Jesus Easter eggs in this movie. Like they treat Jesus like he's Captain America or something. So I was wondering if like, what your guys' thoughts on that, because I think that might possibly be like a representation of the director's own personal like journey with the Christian faith.
I'm impressed. That's
Heck
spoke
yeah.
a lot. Yeah. Wow.
Definitely spitting.
Yeah?
100%.
Cool.
100%.
I'm a bit freaking kill it in film analysis.
Hell yeah.
God.
Wait till they're like, how about you guys pick what we review this week? And you're like, it's Halloween 2 time, boys.
It's Tron. We're doing Tron Legacy, guys.
Yep. Tron Legacy.
Watching maybe the best video game adaptation ever, in my all-time favorite.
Just the best movie ever made.
Maybe the greatest film of all time.
Right, Jagger? Yep.
Yeah, Pixels is better. Pixels is a better video game.
Oh my god.
All right. That's a
crazy.
good note to
Well,
end.
that's a wrap for the average film enjoyer. That's insane. That Pixels. Evan, can you wrap it up? I need a second.
Yep. Well, I personally cannot wait for the M. Night Shyamalan episodes, because Jagger was spitting some shit about how Avatar isn't that bad. So in a couple weeks, we're going to talk about that. But on Friday, you're going to hear us talk about Sixth Sense, Jagger's first time watching it. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. That's going to be sick. Next Tuesday, you can hear me not talk about a silent film, because fuck that. I want to hear some words. Yep. And we'll talk about shit. What's the other movie?
Before Sunrise.
Before Sunrise. I'll glaze that really hard, because best trilogy of all time. Follow us on the socials. They'll be linked down below. And tell us your M. Night Shyamalan ranking, because we want to see them before we watch them.
Yeah.
Old is on the upper echelon of.
I'm dreading that episode so bad, dude. It's not even funny. I hate that movie.
Well, it kind of gets offset by Knock on the Cabin, which is nice.
That movie's great. That's a good movie.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining us today, and we will see you next time on The Average Film Enjoyer.